You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole. Opethians, Chronicins, Michael the Chosen is bringing us down Porcelain Heart from the album Watershed from Opeth.
Thank you so much, Michael. I'm really looking forward to this Porcelain Fragile Heart. Thank you so much, Michael, for bringing Opeth back down the rabbit hole. We are finishing off your song request from Watershed album. This is Porcelain Heart. I'm really looking forward to this one because a porcelain heart can either be a very fragile heart or with porcelain can be tough as nails, as it is used to actually do dental fillings and castings as well. So it is a very versatile thing. So I'm really excited to see where Opeth goes with this Porcelain Heart. If you guys are as excited as we are for this song, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronic Miss.
I love Opeth. I have heard this song myself, but this is a first-time reaction for Thumbnail Lady if you want to pay attention to her for the reactions, but I love this song, so I'm going to take a look at the lyrics a bit more on this one, the best as I can, because the music usually takes over. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Lost all I had that April day. I turned to my friends, nothing to say. I wrote down a name, read it twice. I wallowed in shame.
What do you think about this so far?
That was chaotic.
Yeah.
That was very chaotic. It's interesting because it's definitely in like a shattered heart, the porcelain heart.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I lost everything that April day. I lost it all in that faithful time.
Yeah,
I wrote the name on a piece of paper, read it twice, and wallowed in my shame.
Yeah.
So it's like
very depressing,
very sad. There's
Went to your
something
friends.
happening.
Yeah.
Going to your friends, just the chaos of everything that's going on in that moment before the healing can start. And it's...
What do you like for like the genre of this feel for this song? Does it give you a little War Pigs feel to start? With all these feels and space?
It kind of does. It gives a little bit of the War Pigs with the space that they have in between it. But it's also a lot more progressive. It is definitely a lot newer. The chaos in it, I'm really... The added bits of chaos that has been thrown into each of these song requests from this album have definitely given it a darker vibe due to just when that chaos happens, it is gut wrenching and like anxiety wrenching.
Okay, yeah.
For me, as someone who's listening to it on a more emotional level, it's like, okay, like my heart rate is lifting up, and it's like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen next? And then
Because they're odd time signatures with these drum fills, and like you're saying,
Very
the chaoticness of it's like, where's this coming from? Where's this going? It's not staying in sequence.
But yet at the same time, he's been having the same guitar riff playing through, so it allows you to grab onto something that's familiar, and then when you are having an emotional moment like a broken heart,
like that.
it is all chaos, and you're grabbing onto the one thing that you can find that is familiar to bring you through it. And so with him talking with his friends like that, that guitar fill, which also gives me very Metallica vibes as well. Sorry, Black Sabbath, Metallica, I don't know.
Black
it's giving
Sabbath
me one
is
of their
Warpigs.
vibes.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath is Warpigs, but it's like that da-na, and then it changes up again. But that's also familiar because it's a very similar but different track to other guitar riffs that I've heard in the past.
That makes sense, yeah.
So that's kind of, for me, that's kind of what I'm pulling from it. When you go through that broken heart, that pure chaos that comes that instant after it, and you're grabbing onto whatever you can that's familiar. And luckily he's had that guitar going throughout the entirety of it so far.
I hear ya. So let's bring back that guitar for the familiarity.
It might actually be the bass.
Said that I love eternal schemes. I cling to my past like childish dreams. I promise to stay and held my breath. I went far away.
You know they're gonna transition.
Oh, absolutely.
I see roots beneath my feet, led me through wastelands of deceit. Rest your head now, don't you cry. Don't ever ask the reason why.
Just when you think it's over.
He comes back again.
Incredible album, eh?
That is incredible. This is a phenomenal album.
Yeah, and like they're pushing things so like it's so experimental and sorry. It's so experimental. But what did you think about this one compared to the other songs that we heard from Watershed in a row? Because this is the second song in a row where it's singing clean all the way through.
Yeah.
It wasn't as like I would say fancy or like look at me with these solos. Like it had a lot of space and made you think a bit more, you know?
I actually really, really enjoyed this this song, even
Yeah.
with the clean. I think it fit it very well.
Yeah, definitely.
Without having the growls. This song, Porcelain Heart, what I was getting from it is very much the emotion of like when you have your heart broken and the healing process after that.
Yeah.
Because when your heart breaks, you have that chaos and you're trying to grab onto something familiar, as I had mentioned. But then you start to heal from it. You're with your friends. You're starting to go parties. So you had that transition where it was quiet and then came in. It was like a party and it was intense.
You're right. Yeah.
And then you have that moment where you go home from the party and you're by yourself and then you're just, being quiet with your guitar, playing your little sad riffs because the pain is still there.
Yeah, even
You can
crying.
mask it, but
Yeah,
the pain is still
you're
there.
right.
And then he's like singing about it and he has this clean and it's more calming.
Yeah.
But then he's back at having that party again right after that with the friends because you're trying to get over that heartbreak. You're trying to fix whatever the issue is, whether
Very
it was a
true.
romantic heartbreak or it was a loss of a loved one or whatever the pain may be in that moment. Is that healing process of, going through the 7 stages of grieving, essentially.
Essentially, yeah.
And but then throughout the entirety he still had that picking
Beautiful, right?
which was beautiful, and that was that same guitar riff that was played at the very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
played during the chaos. That was played very heavily in that rock, but then slowed down again when he was just picking, and then
Yeah.
so that was that lifeline of normality and that
yeah.
continuation that was playing throughout the song.
Yeah.
And then as it was ending with that like
Yeah.
that was still that
That beautiful picking
that
again.
beautiful picking, but sped up as he was then
Yeah.
moving forward into the unknown.
That's true. Yeah.
And so I think is this the last song of the album?
It's not, but it's one of the last songs that we need to do on the album. We only have Hex Omega left, which is after Hessian Peel. We've already done Hessian Peel, which is the song after this one, and then it's Hex Omega, I believe. So maybe we'll just do that one left, since that's the only left on the CD, because then we have done the whole CD.
That's fair. That would be good. And then, but then like listening to how this one goes in, and then going into Hessian Peel, which is actually quite heavy.
Yeah.
And
It has a nice picking intro though too.
and it has that nice picking intro. So
Yeah.
I know with Opeth, have this tapers off, and then that picking intro of Hessian Peel, then getting really dark again.
Then it gets going.
So, and that's that like roller coaster of life with the emotions, like, because then just as you think you're healing from something else, and you go like, okay, la-di-da, and then it just drops once more. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this, and being the watershed moment of going from where he was with cigarettes and beans to where he is with a daughter. No,
he's got a daughter for sure.
So Melinda. Melinda. Oh, I love that. I have a friend named Melinda.
Yeah.
And I love that name.
It's a really nice name.
Going into like as this being the watershed moment of being able to push it, being like, okay, am I going to be growling? Am I not going to be growling?
Yeah.
Where am I taking my music from here? Because I'm no longer in that same state that I was in.
No kidding, right?
Right? And so this is a really good transitional piece, I think, a really good transitional album for him as an artist to push the boundaries, to see where he can go. And then this song being so phenomenal in what it is, being as progressive as it is, as well as having clean vocals throughout. And I'm sure this is a top-rated song.
It was one of their singles from this album itself.
Yeah, you can tell that this is single material.
Yeah, exactly.
And to have this as the single from the Watershed moment to be like, or one of the singles from this Watershed album and moment would show just what he was pushing and where his heart and his emotion was bringing him to. Being like maybe the heartbreak that he was feeling from this was the beans and cigarettes moment of his life, and then moving past that.
Because he does continue to evolve, and even in their live stage shows, they always have like the evolution of Opeth that they kind of show out. And their next album is Heritage, where they then show like what they were in the past compared to where they are in the future, where they fully commit to full clean vocals and more of a prog rocky movement is started heading towards.
That makes sense.
And that's like you're saying, because everyone's in different emotions, and they're feeling different emotions in different parts of their lives. And he was in a much darker place when he was doing Blackwater Park and Ghost Riveries and all that stuff. So like it's well said, because you can tell here he's starting to want to move that other way. But a lot of this material from A Watershed was very drifty and like it was very sorrowful.
It was sorrowful, it was drifty, it was whimsical, and it's very creative where he's pushing those boundaries and those limits. So it's kind of like when you're in that moment, and I think everyone gets here, without being like the cliche of midlife crisis type idea, but it's very much that spot of, okay, I'm going to tip my toe in all the waters around, see where my creativity can flow, see where I'm able to push the boundaries, and then have that moment of, okay, like, this album is my brainstorming of where do I want to go, where are we going to go, get the feedback, while still maintaining the amazingness of our music that we've always had.
Yeah, because it's a hard balance as a creative people that make content ourselves. Like if you just do the same thing continually, it can get a bit stall, and you've pushed the limits to what you can do on that thing. So you sometimes have to retool, and sometimes that will upset some fans. That will bring some new fans in. So at the end of the day, if they love you as a person, they're going to try to support you and move forward with it. And this was when I got into Opeth. So I got to see this live. I got to see them perform this stuff. It's incredible. That's why I love them. And I always loved Michael's clean vocals and his growl. So I really don't care either way. But Michael, thank you so much for this request. We really appreciate it so much. We're excited to see what you bring next month. But we are exiting the rabbit hole now, folks.
Thank you so much, Michael, for this. I absolutely love Opeth, and the more I get to know them and the more I get to experience them, the more they get a place in my heart. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless y'all.
Take care, and bye for now.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
Special shout out to all of our patrons and YouTube members. We appreciate all of your support.
Thank you so much, Michael, for bringing Opeth back down the water hole? For the rabbit shed moment.
Yeah.